So, you want to animate a spin. But where do you start? In this tutorial I will show you the process of how I animated a spin for a transformation. And hopefully it will make enough sense. So first, I have Gacha Life 2 open. We will be making a lot of adjustments to our character, so I recommend making a copy of them. Here, I am adjusting the pose for the first screenshot. This screenshot will be the 3/4 view, the default view for Gacha Life 2. Keep in mind how you want the spin to go while adjusting. Screenshot. Now we'll move the perspective more towards one side. Move the eyes, eyebrows, mouth, hair, and blush to the right. I also like to increase the hair's width so that it still covers the head when I move it to one side. Additionally, the eye that is being turned towards should get thinner. Now change the pose. Move the arm in front towards the direction the character is turning, and move the back arm the opposite direction. Same with the legs. Screenshot. Here is a comparison between the two screenshots. Notice how the hair and face have moved to the right, and the back arm and leg have moved in the opposite direction. Now we will work on the next screenshot. This will be more towards the side, but not completely yet. Repeat the process from the last screenshot, moving the eyes, hair, eyebrows, and blush more towards one side. Screenshot. Here is a comparison between the three screenshots. As the character turns more towards the side, the torso and head get thinner, and the leg in front and arm in front should get wider. Now we will work on the next screenshot, the complete side view. Remove one eye and eyebrow and move the mouth until it reaches the edge of the face. Once again, move the hair towards the direction the character is turning towards. And for the side view, move the front arm to the center of the torso, and move the back arm so it is almost not visible. Same with the legs. Screenshot. Now we will be moving to our image editing app, so we will need to isolate the back hair, and ponytails and cape if there are any. Move to your image editing app. I am using Ibis Paint. Import your somewhat to the side views, as well as a layer of the back hair with the background removed. I recommend editing one at a time, so you can make one of the screenshots transparent. Place the back hair over the back hair of your screenshot. It helps to lower the opacity of the back hair to see what is behind it easily. Lining it up. Here I am making a new layer to make some touch-ups, such as making sure that the original back hair cannot be seen. It is okay if it is not perfect though. Now we will have to cover the rest of the head to make it into the back of the head. Make a new layer above the back hair. Start painting over everything that should be covered. I like using a very different color. Here I am using yellow, so that it is more visible when painting. Here I am covering up the bangs and face. Next, I use the bucket to fill in the back hair, and use the paintbrush to fill in anything it misses. Add a new layer and clip it to the layer you were just painting on. Color pick the hair of your character and paint over the layer covering the face. Look around the cover you just colored and color over it to match the surrounding gradient on the hair. Use the Gaussian blur filter to blur the colors and make a gradient. If the cover layer looks awkward and doesn't blend properly to the original screenshot, extend the cover by painting on the original cover layer, or blur the cover layer. Make a new layer and touch up the hair's outline. Now I am making a new layer under the back hair to edit the arms and legs. When the character is facing backwards, the arm and leg that were in the back in the front view should now be moved forward, above the torso. You can watch me edit this on a separate layer for an example of how to do it. Now this back view edit is complete and I will save the image. Repeat the process for the other somewhat side view screenshot. Here is a comparison between front and back view. Now, import your images into your video editing app. I am using KineMaster. Shorten the duration of each image to 0.1 second. I recommend rewatching the spin to check if it looks good. Now here comes the part I think is most difficult. The most important part is visualizing the spin in your head. Notice how when the character turns the other direction, the arm and leg that were in front are shifted to the back. This is not as relevant when the arms of the character's pose are symmetrical, but it is something to keep in mind. Here, I am taking new screenshots with the same perspectives, but with the arm poses swapped. I'm not exactly sure how to explain parts of this, but the key is visualizing the poses in your head. Feel free to draw sketches of the poses or even recreate them yourself in a mirror. Now I will go over my screenshots. The first one, the default Gacha Life 2 view. The second one, a slightly turned view. The third one, slightly turned more. The fourth one, complete side view. The fifth one, back view. Notice how the arm poses are swapped. The back view is an edit of this screenshot. The sixth one, flip back view. I simply flipped the back view of this screenshot. Notice how the arms have stayed in relatively the same position but the torso has flipped. The seventh one, another flip back view. The eighth one, flip side view. Notice how this is different than just flipping the other side view. The arm poses are swapped. However, since each frame is visible for such a short time, it is up to you if you want to make a new pose. Now, more flip side views. And finally, the flip version of the default angle. This is what it looks like when all the screenshots are put together. Here you can see me as I adjust the order of screenshots. I don't have very good footage for this part, since I struggled with it. But the keys are patience, experimentation, and remembering to visualize the motion. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. If you feel that the spin isn't fast enough, you can speed the video up in a separate project. Here is the sequence of screenshots for another spin. Here is another tip I like to keep in mind. In a back view, the legs should be rotated as well, since the legs will turn with the body. However, you can cut corners by cropping the shoes out of the final product. And you can use the saved time and energy elsewhere. So the major takeaways. 1. Be patient and experiment. 2. Visualize the spin. 3. Practice, practice, practice. 4. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Keep at it, and I look forward to seeing your creations. I hope this tutorial helped, and let me know in the comments if there is anything I can improve on for future tutorials. If this tutorial helped, please consider liking, subscribing, and/or dropping a comment. Also, if you haven't already, please consider checking out my magical hero transformations. Thanks for watching and bye bye.